Where we posted every Friday. See them corn emojis, then you know a nigga wildin'. Jaded Gemini.
These cops have been getting cased up recently for doing what bad cops do. Getting cased up, being brutal to citizens. This isn't the video that we're about to watch, but I recently saw a video where it was security footage of this cop laughing with his coworkers about the fact that he beat down a 73 to 78, a 70-ish year old woman.
Yeah, I saw that.
He was like bragging about it. And he was like, dude, I like tackled an old lady. And she tried to fight back. And I was like, all right, here we go. The lady was like laughing with him. It was weird, but
this is weird because
this is weird too.
I did a video the other day of like a cop punched a lady in handcuffs, right?
Yeah.
And his homeboy stopped him like, yo, you're done. Go sit down type shit.
Yeah.
This nigga was like tasing niggas in the testicles.
Yeah,
and shit.
dude,
That shit was
literally
sadistic.
what we're about to watch. So trigger warning, S assault for sure. They're not calling it that, but that's what I'm calling it because that's how I see it. And if this was a woman, it would be seen that way.
Bro.
So that's why I'm just saying I'm calling it what it is. This is S assault. They pulled this man pants down and tased him in his stuff, bro. Like in the space between the space, bro. Like not good at all.
Dude, not good. Once again, this is more than an understatement.
Oh, and the kicker of this whole thing is that they just trusted the officer's word that this was a standard arrest, and they didn't look at his body cam at all. Released to the public that this was standard and everything.
Right.
And then finally looked and was like, oh.
Dishonest cops are supposed to be tracked on Brady lists, so attorneys, defendants, and juries know if they can trust an officer's word. But the Brady system relies almost entirely on voluntary reporting by police departments. ABC 15 investigator Dave Biskobing found there is no oversight, so if police don't investigate their own officers or cover things up, officers will never end up on the list.
Man, you better call it GBI.
Yeah.
For years, it was an abuse of force kept quiet.
One time.
Until we got the video and broke the story.
Get your hands up right now. Get your hands up right now.
The 2017 traffic stop. Glendale officers tasered a man nearly a dozen times in front of his children.
Get in front of the car right now. Get in front of the car.
And according to a lawsuit, Officer Matthew Schneider delivered the final tase to his testicles.
Bruh.
As he was handcuffed, laying face down on the blacktop on a 108-degree day.
Bruh. 108
You've never been to Arizona. Bro, I drove 32 hours from here to California, and I got to Arizona at 5 a.m. You know how hot it was in Arizona at 5 a.m.? 102 degrees. They said it was 100 and I think 7 or 17. You know the heat index, it damn was feeling 200 out that bit. Do you know how that shit can melt
just
rubber?
Experiencing pain from all angles, bro. Skin is probably like.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
It can melt rubber.
There's another tase threatened with the stun
Why?
placed on his groin.
Why?
It's one of the most sadistic cases outside experts told us they'd ever seen.
What's wrong with you?
But this story isn't about the abuse of force. It's about what happened behind the scenes. What happened when a fellow officer raised concerns about Officer Schneider's truthfulness?
Wait, what do they mean? It's not a. Nah,
That's
he needs
how-
something
that's
needs
how
to be
twisted it
done.
is, bro.
No.
That's how twisted it is. Because at the bare minimum, they get paid off. This gets swept under the rug. And he's a great cop because he has a high conviction rate. But in actuality, he's just a psychopath with a badge.
No, he's definitely a psychopath. Definitely.
With a badge.
Schneider pulled over the car for
And a
an
license
blinker
to
violation.
tase.
Schneider's truthfulness and the fact Schneider pulled over the car for an alleged blinker violation he could not have seen. For more than a year, sources say the department slowed.
But it's not even about that, like you said.
We obtained the
That's a
case,
symptom.
the audio of Schneider's interview.
Just looking at the video, right? I mean, you can't see through that.
Can't
bottom
even
level,
see it.
Right? Explain to me how the signal, how you could have seen the signal from where you're at.
The angle looks horrible. I'm not gonna lie. Now, obviously, you know, watching this, yeah, it's not possible that I saw the violation.
In fact, his own body camera footage shows he's in the back alley at least 16 seconds before.
He was just looking for somebody.
That's a long
to fuck
time,
with.
bro. That's a quarter of a minute.
I don't have any explanation for this camera.
You weren't even there.
In the
Wasn't
end,
even there.
Schneider was disciplined, but just for his use of force. In the final suspension
Good.
paperwork in his
He should've
personnel
been
file.
All right, pause right there. Pause right there. The problem is, if you are a cop that at the bare minimum lies about the bare minimum, every case you've ever worked on needs to be thrown out. But the only people that are tasked with deliberating that type of justice and holding people accountable that are police like that are the police themselves. And the only person that can hold them accountable is the GBI.
The GPI.
And they love drug dealers, niggas,
It's exactly
crooked
the
cops,
thing
boy.
that message
Goddamn.
this year.
So we have 1,400 names of officers who have got serious credibility issues. We have no way to know how many more should be on this list. And we probably will never know based on the way the system's set up now.
Right, I mean, that's the problem with the system, right? The gatekeepers to these lists are the very people who have incentive to keep names off the list.
Schneider was Glendale's leader in arrests.
Sweaty
The
ass.
department loved him for it. Literally.
The leader of
In his
arrests.
2017 review, his supervisor wrote, "He has it. He is a bloodhound against criminals and can dig up crime anywhere you put him."
You can
If you
dig
don't
up
have
crime.
a robust internal affairs investigation happening, or you have one that sort of doesn't sustain the allegations or figures out a way to sort of sweep them under the rug, right? That information may never even get to the county attorney's office, which means that officer will never be placed on a Brady list.
There's something else about the Glendale case. The internal affairs investigator actually concluded it was clear that Schneider could not see through the building to observe the traffic violation.
But
Schneider
what
did not
happened?
have probable
They
cause.
wiped
So
it
he
out.
just wanted to
Findings
some
were
people
returned by
day
full
up,
supervisors. Here's
They
what
they
wrote.
were
I think
bored.
that Schneider did observe a
They were
legal
literally
stop.
bored.
The one surveillance video obtained does not have the exact view that Schneider had when the violation occurred. But
That's how they wrote it
Officer
up.
Pittman advised in his statement that he
It was the
observed
wrong
the
view.
violation from a different camera perspective while reviewing the Motel 6 surveillance footage. Catch that?
Exactly,
The day after
Brianna.
this,
Even if he
Schneider
did
showed
catch him
Schneider
doing
another
that
officer, Jack
over a
Davis.
blinker,
When they
bruh,
went back
you
to
did all that
Motel
over a
6,
blinker?
saw another camera
Like-
angle, proving Wheatcroft didn't use his blinker.
Tried to get that burned. She said she didn't know how. We asked her if she can get the manager to burn it when he got in. The next day, right? I don't know if that ever happened.
Can you stand by with Mark?
Pittman is a close colleague of Schneider. They worked together for years, starred in Cops TV together. In this scene,
That is why
What?
Cops is canceled right
That
there.
is why Cops
I'm talking about
is
Live PD,
canceled.
Cops, and now they got in court. Court and
Bruh.
Narcan. That's all they showing on
A&E
TV now.
knew immediately.
Court
They
and
once
Narcan.
that shit happened with 2020 and the spotlight went in on
Jigs
police
up.
brutality, they were like, "Oh, dude, we know for a fact. We've worked with so many cops across America. At least 40 to 50%. Okay, 45% solid.
I thought you were about to say 40 people, but
45% solid.
Half.
Have history.
half.
Yeah, because I'm being realistic.
We round up at 5, right? That's half. Half of these.
Then if we're going to do half, then we're
Fraud.
going to do 60.
Not that. It's
60%.
45.
I feel like
45. We're conservative
have
around
some
here with
type of
numbers.
sketchy background to where it could come back
Happily.
on the network and it would be bad. Like,
Nah, Destiny. He doesn't have a wife to beat. Snake eats hungry man's and
and be angry
telling you,
and takes
dog.
it out on innocent
you
people.
got the wrong one.
Using a baby
That's
shower
not
for
him.
leverage.
What the hell? Whoa, I just peeked.
What? That's some like
Yo, wait,
lawyer
so
squad
he's
shit.
using a baby stroller
As
to
traction
balance.
kicking the door. for
That is a
drug bust
real
or something.
baby.
That is a real
Maybe
baby.
that baby's still in it.
You remember they got mad at that girl on TikTok for acting like she had a baby in a stroller?
Yes.
And it was like they didn't get mad at this.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
Latoya says they write their own reports about themselves and the incidents that happened. No, that's exactly what he just went right off the top of his head. He just told it right off the top of his head.
I beat a charge because an officer literally judged me as a felon before I was a felon and wrote that as the charge. And that's how my lawyer beat that. I had an adjudication withhold, which is something statistically and categorically is given to white people or people that get lawyers.
Jesus.
Seriously.
He'd be on the sidewalk, just not in the street.
In another scene, the pair stop a black man for not walking on a sidewalk on a road that doesn't have a sidewalk.
Bruh.
Go back to the other Motel 6 camera.
Nah, I want to go back to why did they do that? What sidewalk, sir?
Why did nobody say anything about that when that was on national TV?
And you guys weren't able to get that video.
No, we asked her, and she says she told us she didn't know how.
Finally,
Was he
the
supposed to walk
highest-ranking
at?
opinions, a commander and assistant chief ensure findings against Schneider won't be sustained. The video obtained does not prove or disprove what Schneider observed while the
Damn,
vehicle
that's the
was in parking
commander.
lot. Schneider has been adamant during the entire investigation that he observed the driver failed to signal. In other words, taking an officer's word over video evidence.
A lying cop is extremely dangerous because that officer will routinely come into court, look the judge in the eye, look the jurors in the eye, right, and lie.
Listen, you'll have your day in court, buddy.
And the problem is that the public, who make up the jury, and even judges, right, they want to believe the officers. Okay, they want to.
Yeah, because in their brain, it's like, this is our side.
Hey, sometimes that backfires though. I didn't seen it.
Bruh, if I was a judge, I would be like, bruh, if you are a cop, I just know you did some bullshit. Like, I'm always gonna think that you are in the wrong. I wouldn't be on no, oh man, this is the state. This is our side. These are our guys. Like that. But I know you probably did it.
Could you imagine if a redneck got sent into a courtroom and the jurors were 12 that listened to Young Boy and they heard his charges and they were just like, man, f you, guilty. That's how they be doing if you really think about it. But sometimes though, people don't be who they think that they are, and they'll let us offer some shit in that courtroom, boy, on a flute. You'd be surprised.
Man.
But it's a dime a dozen. Literally.
Yeah, that was some scary stuff. I hope that guy is okay, and everyone in that car, I hope they're all right too, because that must have been traumatizing to be there in real life and see that.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they
got paid
censored
some
that,
millions.
because oh my god.
I hope they got some millions. Damn.
I need some pain and suffering reimbursement. That's crazy.
Plus, after a couple of years, usually 5, officers can purge misconduct from their personnel files. That's why solving this problem may be the most difficult.
So they can just...
I'm investigator Dave Biscovich, ABC 15, Arizona.
What?
They can just
What is
clean
that?
their... after a few years. The bottom of the article is like, the FBI is getting involved.
Really?
Hell yeah. So I guess that...
Good, because...
Excuse me. Sound coarse. Jeez. The ABI is on the way. Not the GBI, the ABI.
The ABI.
The Arizona Bureau of Investigations.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's that. They out there looking for them dealers, the processing, the crooked cops.
Yeah, I heard
Crazy.
that breed, how they killed a man in Cali too. It's just sad all around. It's just...
Yeah, there's been a few.
I'm tired of seeing new cases, but it's just like what really, really just shocks me though is just seeing how cold people can be, and like seeing that video of that dude just bragging about beating up that old lady, seeing him in the camera just pulling that man's pants down and like shoving a tape, like bro, like just the fact that people just seeing it firsthand is just hard, you know.
Yeah. That was, man, I'm telling you. That was on a broad day.
And you know when he go to
Normal
jail, you
case.
know what they do to cops in jail.
Yeah.
You know what they do to them in there.
But that's another stigma of why they try to keep them out of jail. You know, that's what they always plea at the end of the day. But I'm just saying, they did that in broad daylight where anybody could see it. Imagine this somebody that would do that under a badge and an oath would do when
Broad day in front of
nobody can see.
cash grab, and it just went to the dark ages.
It's a little much.
But Shane Dawson decided he wanted to come back on social media and type this bullshit. I don't even. Somebody look at this. What the fuck is this?
If you've been asking for a sign, this is it.